Capricorn, thanks for visiting. I am back, as you can see in here. Yeah, this is your reading for May the 6th to May the 12th. And as I always say, if you like this reading, please like, subscribe, leave a comment if you would like to. I don't mind what you do. If you leave a comment, if you like or whatever, do it, don't. I don't mind. I'm happy for you to listen to this, and I'm happy to give this message to you. So I'm going to start your reading right now for lovely Capricorn. The first card you have for your past is the Fool. This is my favourite. Well, it's not my favourite, it's one of my favourite cards. So yeah, obviously this Fool is, it's all about rushing forward toward new things, adventures, but maybe not considering any of the potential problems that might come with it. So, and acting like this Fool is supposed to be the opposite of how you are. You like to plan things, you like to kind of think about things carefully before you do things. So I think this was this was a situation where you had some kind of work thing, and what I'm seeing is that you thought about this for a long, long time. This is like a project or some kind of opportunity or some kind of side business, some kind of business thing or a project. It was something like that. And I think you wanted to do this for a long, long, long time, in your heart, in your head, in your mind. It was all there. You were thinking, oh, this is a dream for me. Oh, I've always wanted to do this. That's what I'm getting in this. Then I'm seeing the opportunity, or something that looked like that opportunity suddenly came up in front of your face. And then you're like, oh, this is it. I have to rush around and do something with this. So you ran around like the Fool. You rushed in. All of that happened. And it felt like you weren't planning anything, you were rushing in, and it felt very foreign to you, but actually you'd done a lot of subconscious planning and thinking about this in your head. So you had actually planned, even though you hadn't realised it. Now, I think what happened was you rushed in, you did this, and there wasn't a problem with it. But I think when you did this, it was very, very different to the picture in your mind that you had of what this was going to be like when you did do this. That's what I'm seeing. So it was very, very different. There was a bit of disappointment in this, and there was a bit of unsurety around this. Now, different doesn't mean bad, it's just different. I'm not seeing any huge problems around this. I just think, yeah, there was some disappointment, and the reality of the way things turned out wasn't what you were expecting. Now, I have a very, very strong feeling that you shouldn't give up on this. If you're tempted to, please don't do that. I feel like I need to tell you not to give up on this. Please keep going. Please keep on pursuing this, because what I'm seeing is it's going to take on a completely different form again. It's not going to be the way you originally imagined. It's not going to be the way it was here again this other time. It's going to be different again, but that's fine. So it's going to come in a whole new form, and it's also going to change. It's going to be fluid. So as you go along and you're in this process and you do this project, whatever this is, it's going to keep on changing as well. So the other thing is, be flexible with whatever form this takes, because it's going to take on a different form for you. It's going to look and feel very, very different. And also, don't resist the change. Don't think, oh, that's not what I had in my head. Just keep on going with the flow. I think even though you've had some stops and starts with whatever this was, you've learned a lot from those things as well. And all of it has been positive. It's all a part of this process of doing this. So don't think of it as a negative. It's very positive for you. The key thing I'm seeing here is don't give up. Go with the flow. It's going to be different. It's going to be different from what you imagined. Different doesn't mean wrong. It just means different. Don't give up. I'm seeing that very clearly. Don't give up on this. The next card you have your past is the Two of Wands. So yeah, again, I think what happened was you jumped ahead with this like the Fool, and then, maybe you were thinking something like, oh, this is my dream. This is what I've always been thinking about for a long, long time. Here it is, here it is. And then when it came to you, you jumped at it and you rushed in. And that was fine that you did that. I don't think it's bad. I mean, I would have done the same thing. But then you had a few problems around this. And then I'm getting this feeling of, should I stay or should I go? Should I keep on doing this? or should I give up? You know, if you look at the man on this card, he's sort of at a crossroads. He's looking out into this great big world. It's beautiful. He's looking at the view and he's thinking, I want to go out there, but I can't right now. It's, you know, I did this and it went wrong, and I want to kind of just stand back and regroup and rethink about this again. So that's what you're going to be, or what you've been doing. You're going to keep on doing that. You know, he doesn't want to be like the fool again. He wants to think about it next time, plan things in a different way. But look what he has in his hands. This is another indication to me that you need to keep on pursuing this and not give up, because he's got the world in his hands. So you have the world in your hands. No matter what delays, setbacks, problems have happened, you can still do this. So, and you can be very successful at this. It's just going to take on a different form. And it is eventually going to be better. And I think it is going to be something that's not going to be like the fool. It's not going to come to you and like, oh gosh, here it is in front of me, I better rush and do that. It's not going to be like that next time. It's going to slowly reveal itself to you in front of you. Excuse me. Sorry about that. So it's going to slowly reveal itself to you, and you're going to be able to plan each part of this. And you're going to feel so much more comfortable in the planning of this, because that's what you love. You love the planning. So it's going to suit you a lot better. So don't stress about this. Don't think you're a failure. Don't think, oh no, it's not working, I can't do that. You can, but it's going to be very different. It's going to be very different. The last card you have your past is the Hanged Man. I think there's someone, or there was someone in the past, and there still is now, someone who's thinking about you, and yeah, they're still thinking about you, and excuse me, I'm sorry about that. So I'm seeing a surprise around this as well. I think this is someone who's been thinking about you for a while, and they've been thinking about you in a romantic way for a while. It's not just that though. I think they admire you. They admire the way you think. They admire the way you do things. The way you go for what you want. I think they see you as a very brave person. They admire that. They admire your honesty as well, your straightforwardness. I'm getting a little bit of fear around this. They might have been afraid of your reaction if they approached you, and that's why they're hesitating. That's why they probably haven't approached you yet. I don't know if this is an ex, but I think this is someone who you've had a past with. It might be a friend, it might be an ex. This is someone who you've known for a while, and there's some reason why they're hesitating. There's some reason why they think you might not be happy to hear from them. I don't know why that is. They do love you. They want to grow with you. They have feelings for you. Look at the growth on this tree, but they're hesitating. So yeah, I'm definitely seeing a surprise around this. It might be something they say that's a surprise. It might even be the fact that they have feelings for you that might surprise you. If this is a friend, might go, oh, I didn't know they felt like that. Or if it's an ex, the surprise might be that they still have feelings for you. It might be that as well. Whatever this is, it's something that's going to be a surprise to you, and they're not going to say anything right now, but it is going to come to you in the future. They're definitely going to, but they're holding back right now. That's what I'm seeing. And I keep on feeling that you know who this is. You have a past with this person. So the first card you have for your present is the High Priestess. Excuse me, I'm sorry, I keep coughing. Yeah, I think there are other things that might be kept and hidden. This card can be about secrets, keeping things hidden as well. It's also about intuition, about spirituality. I think this might still be about this person who isn't approaching you yet. They're still keeping their feelings to themselves. They're going to do that for a while. I think they have a lot to sort out in their head, and they're kind of exploring their feelings by themselves, and they're not going to let on for a while, but they are going to when they do. They're definitely going to. The other thing I'm seeing here is a visit. I think you're either going to visit someone, or you might have already visited them, and there's some kind of a disagreement around this. It's like a fundamental disagreement, an important disagreement. I think you've had some kind of yeah, you've got some kind of experience or inner knowledge about something, like this High Priestess. She has a kind of a knowing about her. That's what you have. There's some subject matter or some crucial thing about their lives you have knowledge about. You can see they're doing something wrong. Something's wrong about what they're doing, and you want to help them. You can see it very clearly, but they can't see it. And I think you want to give them your knowledge. You want to tell them that you can see this thing, and they don't want to know about it. They're not listening to you. I think no matter what you say to them, they're not going to listen. That's what I'm seeing. They're just not going to listen to you. I'm really picking that up quite clearly. And it's very frustrating to you because you have this knowing, this intuition. You know this. And you want to tell them. You might have even told them before about this, but they won't listen to you. I think this might be a relative, might be a couple, because I'm actually seeing them talking to one another and reinforcing this wrong idea between each other. Like they say, oh yes, blah blah blah, because of this. Oh yes, I agree. And even then there's this as well. Oh yes, I hadn't thought about that. So they're kind of telling each other about this thing, but it's very, very wrong. It's very misguided. You really, really want to try to help them. I can see that. You want to change their mind, but you can't do that. They're not going to listen. They're not going to change their mind. I know this is very, very frustrating if this is resonating with you. I think what you're going to have to do is just let this go, because I think even if you try and try and try to talk to them, they're not going to listen to you, and you'll end up being exhausted. That's what I'm seeing. You're just going to have to let this go. Yeah. So the next card you have here present is the Seven of Swords. Yes, the Seven of Swords. Yeah, so I think this is why this person's afraid to approach you. Something's happened. They're afraid that you're going to see them like this man on this card. Someone who's a bit sneaky, someone who doesn't have the best intentions, someone who is greedy, thinking about themselves, or that is someone who doesn't care about you. They're worried you're going to see them like that. There's a reason why that is. Now you have really, really strong instincts because you have the High Priestess, and I know you do anyway, and your instincts are right. So if you do have strong instincts telling you to keep away from this person, a past person, and you don't know if you can trust them or there's some kind of red flag around them, you're right to follow your instincts. That's what this is telling me. They are going to approach you. They do have romantic feelings for you. I keep on seeing that. I think they're still too scared right now to approach you, but they will approach you. So be ready. Be ready. They're not going to hurt you. They're not going to do anything terrible, but be ready for them. And I don't think they understand the significance of something that they've done. I think their heart knows that. I think subconsciously they know that. But on the surface, they're a little bit like this man. They've done something and they're just smiling and walking, you know, skipping away, whatever. Deep down, they're not like that, but that's how they're appearing. So they have a lot to sort out in their head. So I'm not saying don't forgive them, whatever. I'm not saying don't talk to them. You can if you want to. It's up to you. But I think you might have some kind of instincts telling you that there's a red flag around this person. There's a reason why that is. And there's also a reason why they're hesitating. They're worried about something. That's not for no reason. There's a reason behind that. So the last card you have here present is the Page of Cups. So yeah, again, if you look at this Page of Cups, they're a very kind of smiley, jokey, fun-loving kind of a person, and that's fine. That's great. It's great to be around people like that. It's really nice, it's really funny, it's enjoyable, great. But when I look at this and I look at the Seven of Swords and the man on the Seven of Swords with a smile on his face and he's kind of skipping away, and now this person on the Page of Cups, or this page, is kind of just ha ha ha, everything's fine. I don't think, on the surface anyway, they see that whatever's happened between you is all that serious, or as serious as you think it is. So that might be what your red flag is, that you think that even if you explained all of this to them, they might not take it all that seriously. Even so, they do have very strong feelings for you. And again, they are definitely going to come forward to you and give you this message, because the Page of Cups is about messages and, you know, offering love and all of that. So that's what they're going to do. So again, be prepared for that. So yeah, the first card you have for your future is the Ten of Pentacles. So yeah, I love this card. It can be a little bit confusing though. It can mean so many different things depending on, you know, where it is and what else is going on. I'm seeing home and family in this card, and planning for the future. I don't know if you have a family. If you do, you're planning for you and your family, or you're going to be. If you're just by yourself, you're your family. So you're just whoever's in your home, whoever you're caring for. If you're caring for yourself, that's it. You're caring for yourself. Like me, I care for myself. So yeah, I think what's going to happen is you're going to go through a little bit of downtime. You're going to just be doing a little bit of nesting and planning. You're just going to be a bit quiet. You're not going to be running around socializing too much. You're just going to step back a bit. You're just going to think, okay, I have to plan for my future. What am I going to do? I'm going to plan financially. What are my goals? Let's look at that and let's go through that and plan for that. Also, this work-related thing, I want to pursue this, and I hope you do. You're going to have to do some planning toward that as well. And so you're just going to be sitting back and working on planning things and mapping things out for yourself. And while you're doing this, you're definitely not going to want to be around any drama, which is another reason why you probably won't be interested in this person who's going to reach out for you at this time anyway. I don't think they're going to reach out for you quite yet at this time, but if they do, you're just going to be, oh, no drama now, no drama now. That's the feeling I'm getting around this. And also I'm seeing saving money. I think you're going to be saving money. And I think it might be that you might be saving money for a home. You might be going to buy a house, or it might be renting, might be a house deposit. I don't know, something around a home. I'm just looking at the archway on this card, sheltering this family. That's why I'm seeing a home. And I think you might have probably already started saving, but you're going to be really pushing this a bit harder at this time so that you can get to this goal sooner. I'm seeing you really starting to push this over the next few months, actually pushing a lot harder, maybe cutting back on other things to enable you to kind of save faster. It might be that. I'm also seeing someone who's a bit older than you, because I'm looking at the older man on this card. And I think this is someone who you talk to, someone who you confide in, someone who you're very close to, someone who you grew up with probably. You have a lot of private talks, and you really respect this person and you really care for them. You really care for them. So if you know who this is, if this is resonating, I'm just getting the sense that they might not realize exactly how much you do value them. Now, you do value them, I can see that. You're grateful for them, and I think you do tell them that, and I think they know that. But I think they might need to hear that a little bit more from you. They might need a little bit more reassurance from you at this time. It might not have anything to do with what you're doing. It might just be the way they're feeling at this time. So, you know, if this is resonating, you know, just call them, tell them how much you appreciate them, how much you care for them. I think that's what needs doing at this time, or send them a card, or even some flowers, or anything that's going to show that you appreciate them and that you care for them. Yeah, the next card you have for your future is the Four of Swords. Again, resting, nesting, planning, all of that kind of thing. Lying down, being by yourself, just kind of laying low a bit. You're not literally lying down and resting like this man. You're a hard worker, so I can't imagine you ever doing that. But again, you're going to be slowing down, sorting things out, all of that kind of thing. And I think it's going to take some time before you see this new direction, this new kind of project that I was seeing in the Fool card and the Two of Wands. You know, take your time. Don't worry if it doesn't come to you, if this new idea doesn't come to you right away. It is going to take some time to come to you. Because I'm looking at this, I'm just looking at this stained glass window, and it's the only source of light on this card, and colour as well. And this man can't see it yet because he has his eyes closed, but once he opens his eyes, he's thought about everything and he's opened his eyes, he'll see this beautiful, bright, colourful window. It's the only source of colour and light in the room, as I said. So he's going to open his eyes and see this beautiful thing. And that's how the idea of this project's going to come to you. You're going to open your eyes, you're going to think and plan, just rest with it. Suddenly you're going to open your eyes and you'll see it. It's going to be like a vision in front of you, and you'll say, oh, that's what I need to do. I know what I need to do now. It's in full colour in front of me. That's what I'm seeing there happening. So don't worry if it doesn't come to you right away. It will come to you at the right time. That's what I'm seeing. So the last card you have for your future is the Moon. Yeah, this is a really, really confusing, yeah, very, very confusing card. There's a lot in this. Yeah, I think this person who's going to come to you, this person I was seeing in the Hanged Man, definitely they're going to approach you. They're very, very mixed up in their mind. I think they're going through a battle between their heart and their head. They have to go through all of this before they approach you. So just know that when they approach you, they haven't just done it on a whim. They've really been thinking about this very, very carefully and really struggling with this, going backwards and forwards. I see them as, you know, sometimes hopeful, and then they want to come toward you, and then they feel stressed and they go back again. But they are going to come. They are going to come and talk to you. It's like they feel compelled to do that. They can't help it. They're going to be compelled to talk to you. A bit like this lobster. You know, he's coming out of the water. He's afraid of what's in front of him. But he has to do it anyway. He's compelled. He's going to do it. So, you know, again, I'm not saying don't talk to them. It's up to you, of course. But if you do talk to them, I think it's going to stir up a lot of mixed feelings in you and in them. And if you do decide to, you know, go back to them in some way, even if it's just as a friend, you do decide to have them in your life or whatever, I think there's a lot that you're both going to have to sort out around this, them and you, before you both feel a lot more comfortable with moving forward. There's a lot to sort out. This is a very heavy card. So they're going to have to do all this sorting out before they actually approach you. And then if you decide to have them in your life, you're both going to have to go through a lot and work through a lot together as well. That's what I'm seeing in that card. So Capricorn, I hope this resonated. You know, general readings don't always resonate with everyone. They can't. It's impossible. You know that. But again, if you like this reading, please like, subscribe, leave a comment if you would like to. I don't mind if you do or you don't. But yeah, thank you so much for watching.